In 1950, then Supreme Leader of North Korea Kim Jong-il decided to make an airline. This was a joint partnership between North Korea and the Soviet Union, and the idea was to connect the two capitals, Pyongyang and Moscow, together. But the airline appears to be stuck in a time warp, as it's still very much how it was in the 1950s. Today we're going to look at the bizarre airline Air Koryo. We'll check out their airline food, their censored entertainment, the reason why they're banned in many countries, and how you can even fly on this airline. And we'll also explore why they're the only one-star airline in the world. I'm Charlie, and today we're going to look at North Korea's one-star airline. But before we take off, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. So Air Koryo is very small and has a fleet of less than 20 aircraft. And their fleet consists of 3 different types of aircraft. Their main plane is an Ilyushin IL-62. They also have the Russian-made Tupolev Tu-204 and some Mi-17 helicopters. Now, you probably haven't heard of any of these brands. They're not like Boeing after all. And they're actually the same aircrafts they've had since the 1950s. However, they do work and can fly from Pyongyang to Moscow, Russia. Back in the 50s, they also used to travel to East Germany and Bulgaria, both part of the Soviet Union. But in more modern times, post-Soviet Union, they've gone to places like Prague, Budapest, and Zurich. But they're no longer allowed to do this because in 2006, they were added to the list of banned aircraft carriers in the European Union. So they joined the ranks of Afghanistan, Iran, Venezuela, and many other countries on the banned airlines list. This means today they're not allowed to fly to any countries in the European Union. The reason why is because the current Supreme Leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, loves missiles. After their 4th nuclear test, they were put on the UN list of banned countries. These sanctions meant that other countries were not allowed to sell them any airlines. And that's why they haven't upgraded since the 1950s when it comes to their fleet of aircraft. Countries which are members of the UN, which is almost every country, is not allowed to sell North Korea various things. This includes anything in the way of transportation like planes, trains, cars and boats. However, sometimes countries like Russia do break these laws. That's how Kim Jong-un is able to travel in Mercedes cars. They're shipped in from Russia illegally. But even Russia is not so blatant as to sell North Korea a plane, as it would be too obvious. So where does Air Koryo fly today? Well, right now they fly out of Pyongyang to 5 locations. This includes Vladivostok, Russia, Shenyang, Beijing and Shanghai in China, and also Macau, which is the gambling capital of the world. Many wealthy North Korean elites, including Kim Jong-un himself, enjoy traveling to Macau to spend lots of money gambling. But what's it like inside an Air Koryo plane? Well, first off, the cockpit is very different to a modern aircraft. There are no digital screens, and everything is done with old-school dials. If there's not enough legroom on board, the seats on the planes actually fold down. And there's also an entertainment system, but there's only one channel, which plays North Korean dramas and documentaries. The in-flight meal consists of chicken, sauce, cake, and a fruit cocktail for dessert. But some experts say that Air Koryo may not be around in a few decades. That's because their airplanes are getting seriously old and they can't get any new ones. Because of one particular missile test which nearly hit Japan, they were sanctioned heavily by the UN. So unless these sanctions are lifted, and they probably won't be, North Korea won't be getting any new airplanes anytime soon. But after hearing all of this information about Air Koryo, you're probably saying, Charlie, how can I book a flight on this airline? Well, it's seriously easy. You just simply follow the webpage linked in the description below and you can actually check out their website yourself. As you can see, here it is on the screen, and you can simply book a flight from anywhere, and it really does work. A basic flight, say from Russia to North Korea, will set you back about $200. And according to their website, they have offices in Moscow, Vladivostok, Beijing, Shenyang, Berlin, Kuwait, and Dandong. But perhaps this information was written before they were banned by all UN countries. And I have to say, if you want to experience Soviet aircraft travel in the 1950s, then you can today. Just make sure it's actually legal for you to use this one-star airline. Many countries, including the UK and USA, advise their citizens not to go into North Korea. But now it's time to make your voice heard. Would you like to travel on this North Korean airline? Vote in the poll in the top right corner. Check out my second channel, there'll be a link to that on screen right now. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.